So I've been seeing this girl for the past 7 or 8 months. We met at this outdoor concert that got rained out halfway through, but we stuck around under the merch tent and just talked for hours. It was one of those cliche instant connection type of nights, and I guess I bought into the idea that it was something real. Things moved fast after that. Within a month, we were pretty much inseparable. Texting all the time, staying over at each other's places, doing lazy Sunday brunches, all that coupley stuff. I really thought we had something. I work at a bakery. It's a smaller place, but picking up steam. We do everything. Cakes, cookies, macaroons, tarts. I've been there for 3 years, and it's honestly my dream job. My boss is decent, coworkers are chill, and I get to experiment with new recipes sometimes, which is a huge bonus. I used to bring my girlfriend stuff all the time. Leftovers, trial runs, random boxes of goodies we couldn't sell because of small imperfections. She always acted really excited, so I figured it was something she liked about me. Now, for Valentine's Day, we run this special promotion called Sweets for Your Sweet. For $50, people can get a whole box of sugar cookies, chocolates, and macaroons with a handwritten card and same-day delivery. It's a hit every year. We go all out. Custom packaging, ribbons, the works. But man, it gets crazy. Like, we have to hire extra delivery drivers and put in serious overtime. This year was even busier than usual. I don't know if we got featured on some influencer's page or a local write-up, but our phone was blowing up all day. I warned my girlfriend in advance that I wouldn't be able to see her on the 14th because I'd be working nonstop. She said she understood and was excited to hang out the next day. Everything seemed fine. Anyway, around 2 p.m., we ran out of drivers. One of the orders was nearby, so I offered to drop it off myself. No big deal, I figured. I grabbed the box, checked the name and address, and headed out. That's when things fell apart. The name on the card, my girlfriend's. Full name, exact spelling. I even paused and laughed a bit, thinking, what are the odds? Like, I should get her a box too. She deserves it. I didn't connect the dots at all. I pulled up to the house. She answered the door. It was like one of those movie moments where time just stops. I was frozen. She looked at me like she'd seen a ghost. Then this dude came into view behind her. Shirtless, casual, clearly at home. He glanced at me, looked at her, saw our expressions, confused, and asked, "Who is that?" I was still trying to process what I was looking at. I said her name. I asked what was going on. She just kept staring, mouth open, like she couldn't find a single lie fast enough. She stammered out something like, "It's not what it looks like," and tried to walk toward me, but I backed up. The guy stepped forward then, suddenly more interested. I don't even know if he knew she had a boyfriend, but once the pieces started falling into place, he was pissed too. We both started yelling, me at her, him at me, then him at her. She kept trying to calm both of us down like she was mediating a fight between two friends instead of being the one who created the whole mess. I could barely hear what either of them were saying because all I could think was, I made this fucking box. I tied the ribbon. I stacked the macaroons. I wrote the card, and I'm the clown delivering it to the guy she's sleeping with behind my back. I threw the box at their feet and just said, "You two deserve each other," or maybe something worse. I honestly blacked out a bit from anger. Back at work, I didn't say a word. I just clocked back in and went straight to the back, trying not to lose it. My boss pulled me aside at the end of the day and told me a complaint had come in about a rude delivery driver. I tried to explain, said I was the one who made the delivery and found out my girlfriend was cheating. My boss cut me off mid-sentence and said, "You represent the bakery. We don't drag personal drama into customer interactions." I didn't even argue. What could I say? So yeah, short version. I hand-delivered a Valentine's Day gift to my cheating girlfriend, and now I might be out of a job. Update. She didn't leave me alone. For the first few days, she just texted. Long paragraphs about how she made a mistake, how it wasn't serious, how she was confused. I left her on red. Then she started showing up at the bakery. At first, she'd just stand outside across the street. Then she started actually coming in, buying stuff, talking to coworkers, trying to run into me. Eventually, she cornered me when I was on break out back. I didn't want to hear it, but she just stood there looking wrecked, like she hadn't slept in days. She said she was sorry. She said she didn't know what she was doing. She said it wasn't even about the other guy, that she just got scared of how serious things were getting with me. I told her that's bullshit. She cheated because she's an effing cheater. She cried. I just told her to leave me the fuck alone and walked back inside. A few days after that, the dude showed up at my bakery. I recognized him immediately, but he came in calm, asked if we could talk for a few minutes. I wasn't sure what to expect, but he looked more tired than angry, so I said okay. We sat down at one of the little tables by the window. He introduced himself, told me he had no idea she was seeing someone else, said they'd only been dating for about 2 months. She told him she was single, said she'd been slowly spending more time at his place, started leaving stuff there. Valentine's was supposed to be the next big step. He found out everything the same way I did, at the door when I showed up with the box. He apologized, said he didn't know what kind of guy I was, but after seeing the way she acted, he figured I didn't deserve any of it. Neither of us did. We sat there and just talked, compared timelines, realized how much overlap there was. I told him I was with her for nearly 8 months. He blinked, said, "Jesus, I really thought we were exclusive." He laughed a little, a bitter kind of laugh. Then he said something that stuck with me. "Thanks, man. You actually saved me from wasting more time on another cheater." Turns out this wasn't his first rodeo either. We shook hands before he left. Said maybe we'd catch a game sometime. It was one of those weird moments where you realize the enemy isn't who you thought it was. It's the person who stood between you. As for her, I haven't heard from her since. I think she finally got the message. Or maybe she moved on to someone else already. Wouldn't be shocked. I'm still working, still baking, still rebuilding. It's weird going back to normal life after something like that. You start noticing things, small signs you missed, little lies that didn't quite add up. You realize how much you bent over backwards for someone who wasn't even standing still for you. But I'm not bitter. She made life feel spontaneous and fun. But it turns out there's a difference between spontaneity and recklessness. She never really wanted a future. She just wanted attention. And I'm done giving it to her. Next Valentine's Day, I'm taking the day off. Might bake something for myself. Story 2. I picked up our kid from my ex's place today, and I don't know what it was exactly. Maybe the way he looked at me, maybe how calm and steady the house felt. But I left feeling that old wave of shame again. Not guilt that passes, but that deep, hollow feeling in your chest when you realize what you broke and that you can't unbreak it. We've been separated for a while now, 2.5 years since D-Day. Sometimes it feels like a lifetime ago. Most days I keep myself busy and try to focus forward. I've always been the kind of person who moves on fast. From anger, from sadness, from anything that makes me uncomfortable, really. I don't dwell, it's just how I'm built. But it also means I don't always sit with the full weight of what I did. I forget how much pain I caused. I forget the look on his face when everything came out. I forget the nights he couldn't sleep and the days he went numb. And sometimes, because it's easier, I tell myself he must be fine by now. That we're all moving on, healing, co-parenting like functional adults. And then I'll have a moment like today, when I step inside the house we once shared and I see him. Still standing tall, still doing the hard work of being a dad, still steady in a way I remember taking for granted. And it all rushes back. I remember what I did, who I was, how I ripped the ground out from under him. And even though we don't fight anymore, even though things are civil, I can still feel the scar I left behind. And I can see it in how clearly he measures his words around me. Back when we were still together, I used to have to force myself to go back there mentally, to D-Day, to the months after, just to remind myself of the pain he was carrying. Because my mind wanted to skip ahead, but now that we're apart, it hits me differently. I don't have to try to remember anymore. I can't forget, because the life we could have had isn't here, and the quietness between us says more than any fight ever did. I don't think he hates me. I think that's what stings the most. He's kind when he doesn't have to be. He's doing the hard part of healing while still raising our kid with grace. And I look at that and think, I really had someone good, someone solid, and I hurt him in a way I can't undo. So today I'm sitting with that, not to wallow, but because it's part of what keeps me accountable to who I want to be now. Not someone looking for a second chance, but someone who doesn't forget what she threw away and who still learns from it even now.